What's up, everybody? ZWade Photo. And a happy Thanksgiving to all of you. I did a thing. As you could probably tell by the title, I bought a Nikon Z9. I know I said I didn't need that camera, but I dug into it a lot, thought about it a lot, and I'm going to tell you why I think I need that camera. But before I do that, I want to invite you to come and check out my website, ZWadePhoto.com. You can check out my personal art portfolio, and if you want, swing by the print shop, which is full-fledged now. You can order right from the website and pick yourself up a print. Also, make sure you check back regularly, because since I'm a perfectionist, but I also don't like to waste, I will often be adding prints that are slightly off on the border. And I'm just going to be discounting those because I don't want to throw them away. And surely somebody doesn't care whether the margins are perfect. So anyway, yeah, I bought the Z9. Now in a previous video, I said I don't need that camera. But you know, I have decided, since I have a business to run, and I make money by both shooting photography for people and by selling prints. And I want to be able to successfully and easily shoot wildlife without all of the woes that I have with the Nikon Z6 II. The Nikon Z6 II is an absolutely epic camera. I love that camera, and it is a low light monster, and I will be keeping it for as long as the shutter lasts on it. But it's not good at tracking, right? And so I have always had a hard time shooting wildlife, which is not my specialty, but I don't even try to improve just because it's kind of tough to do for me on the Z6 II. I'm sure people do it, but you know what? Most people that shoot wildlife primarily are still using a D6 or a D5 because those cameras are still relevant. So I'm always looking for a way to expand my business, and wildlife prints, they just sell. They sell better than landscapes in my experience. Now, it doesn't have to be wildlife in action for it to sell. But wildlife in action is something that I can't really do with the Z6 II, and I'll be able to do with the Z9, and I will be inspired to get out because I will have more hits than I do misses. Now, it has the same megapixels as the Z7 II, so you may ask yourself, hey, Zach, what are you going to be doing with the Z7 II? Well, this is really like what drove it home for me to get the Nikon Z9. The dynamic range is actually a little better, even though I think Nikon said that it should be the same. I have seen some test shots where it appears that the Z9 is way less noisy than the Z7 II. The Z7 II I will not use for bodyscape because I don't like the way that the grain starts looking at, you know, 500 plus ISO. It's fixable, yeah, but at the same time, I like to do as little noise work as I possibly can. That's why I use the Z6 II whenever I shoot in studio really dark doing my bodyscapes or dramatic portraiture. Because even though I love features and I love things that make my life easier, I am still 100% get it right in camera. So it's my opinion that you need to determine what level of noise you're okay with. That way, once you get it in post-processing, maybe you won't have to do anything to it at all. So it will be kind of cool to be able to have high resolution whenever I'm shooting my dramatic portraitures in my studio where it's incredibly dark. But hey, Zach, don't you have the 50mm 1.2? Yeah, I do. But whenever you shoot bodyscapes, 1.2, 1.8, f2, those are all kind of lame whenever you're shooting bodyscapes because you just get like a really narrow piece of skin texture, and really where you want to be is 5.6, 6.3, something like that. In fact, a lot of studio portrait photographers shoot at like f8. So basically I can use the Z9 anywhere that I would normally use the Z7. The Z7 II is my primary camera. I use it for absolutely everything except in my dark studio shooting dramatic portraits, in landscape, street photography, macro photography, all of these things that I like to have higher resolution for, I can do with the Z9. And granted, I'm not going to be shooting 20 frames a second. I'm probably going to be shooting single shots like I do with the Z7 II most of the time until I go out and shoot, you know, wildlife or sports. I don't shoot a lot of sports right now for hire because not a lot of people around here hire for that, but I wouldn't really trust my Z7 II or my Z6 II with that. The Z9 I would trust with that because it looks like it's just way better on the eye autofocus. And it's way faster, of course. And I don't know anybody that's going to be printing huge prints of their children playing baseball or whatever, but I can imagine that 11 megapixels at 120 frames a second, a quick burst of boop, like that, boom, I can get something in there, you know? And so the Z9 is just a good move for my business, right? Not so much, it's too expensive to be like a hobby use. But I also imagine that not having a shutter, I'm gonna be able to use it longer. I have a history of using cameras until they take a dump on me, right? And so I believe that the Z9 will be able to like work for my business for a very, very long period of time. And that is an investment that is $1,000 less than any other camera of that caliber. So should you get the Z9? If you have crazy amounts of money, yes. If you've got a business to run, I don't know why you're watching me, because you probably already know the answer to that question and you know whether you actually need it or not. But for me, I need it because I want to expand what I'm doing, and that's it. That's a wrap of this episode of ZWade Photo. Let me know in the comments below if you're considering getting the Z9. Have you already pre-ordered it? Are you thinking about pre-ordering it? Or are you just saving up cash for it whenever it becomes more available after it's not back-ordered anymore? Also, if there's anything that you would like to see on my channel, let me know. I would love to make a video specifically answering the questions that you ask, and I will catch you in the next one.